No matter how luxurious you reckon something is, there's always a way to improve it. Take the Bentley Bentayga for example. That was just about the poshest SUV in the world when it came out, but now Bentley reckons it can do better. Probably because Rolls-Royce went and made its own SUV, the Cullinan. So Bentley's given the Bentayga a makeover, and here are the CarWow top 10 things you need to know about it. The old Bentayga wasn't exactly a subtle looking thing, was it? But Bentley's gone and given the new car an even bolder design thanks to a, as Bentley calls it, prouder, taller and more self-confident front end. What the heck does that mean? Was that really necessary? That's like giving a rhino a self-help book. Anyway, what they mean is that they've made the grille larger and moved it higher up so it's even more imposing. The vents underneath have been remodelled a bit too, and you can get the Bentayga with a set of new alloy wheel designs. Bentley's also been busy around the back end. In fact, they've changed every single panel on the Bentayga's rear. Despite this, it still produces exactly the same amount of lift and drag as the old car, which is probably quite a lot. I mean, just look at the size of it. The brake lights are also new, and they follow the shape of the ones you get on a Continental GT and Flying Spur. The exhaust pipes are larger as well, and Bentley's given the Bentayga a full-width boot lid, probably so it's easier to fill with priceless works of art or something like that that's expensive. Bentley hasn't made too many changes to the new Bentayga's interior. After all, the old car's cabin was already posh enough to rival Buckingham Palace. So rather than completely redesign it, they've just given it a few nips and tucks, like changing the wallpaper in a stately home rather than completely redecorating. The design of the seats is new, and the steering wheel has been tweaked slightly to make it a bit more modern. The old car's circular air vents, you know, the ones that look like they belonged on a classic speedboat, have also gone. Now you get a one-piece central air vent with a built-in Breitling clock on the dashboard. The door trims have also been revamped, and Bentley's replaced the old handles with some plusher horizontal door pulls. Still, you can't get it with doors that close themselves, like in a Rolls-Royce. The old Bentayga's crystal glass headlights were some of the coolest of any new car, but they've even managed to upgrade these for the new model. For a start, they get a new, slightly elliptical design, and come with LED matrix technology borrowed from the Continental GT and Flying Spur. Bentley has also moved the lights up on the Bentayga's face by 30mm, so now they peer down on other cars with even more disdain. Not content with just that, Bentley's also upgraded the water jets that clean them. No, they don't squirt vintage cognac all over your car, but they are heated and come with 22 individual nozzles to produce the amount of spray that ends up on your car's paintwork. So that'll be less for Jeeves to clean then, won't it? Bentley might have a reputation for being a bit old-fashioned, but the new Bentayga gets plenty of high-tech infotainment features. Now you get Android Auto for the first time and wireless Apple CarPlay. You also get a fully digital driver's display instead of the old car's analogue dials, just like in the Flying Spur. The removable 5-inch tablet screens for the back seats are bigger than ever, and there's wireless phone charging and a load of USB-C ports as standard. Bentley's also beefed at the Bentayga's stereo. The old car's optional 590-watt signature system is now standard, and you can upgrade to a 1780-watt name audio unit with 20 speakers if you want to. This also gets a set of super tweeters. They might sound like Donald Trump's social media account, but they're special speakers that deliver clear high-frequency sounds without hurting your ears. So they're not like Trump at all then, are they? If a Range Rover is a Belgravia townhouse, then the Bentayga is Windsor Castle. It is simply vast. Now though, Bentley's gone one better and made it even bigger. Only they haven't changed the bumpers or the roof, but the wheels. For this new car, each wheel sticks out 20mm further than before to fill the Bentayga's massive wheel arches a bit better. Right, because that's what Bentayga needed, to be even wider. Now Bentley says this isn't just for the looks, it also helps make the Bentayga a bit more stable at high speed. You better remember to watch out for width restrictors though. One false move could absolutely ruin those massive 22-inch alloy wheels. The mainstay of the new Bentayga range will be the 4-litre V8 petrol engine. This makes 550 horsepower and 770 Nm of torque, just like the old car did. Also like the old model, you'll be able to get a plug-in hybrid Bentayga. This will get a 449 horsepower 3-litre V6 petrol engine and an electric motor that will let you drive for about 30 miles in electric only mode. If you're more interested in outright speed than keeping your Tesla driving friends happy, then there'll also be a new Bentayga Speed along before 2021. This will get the same 635 horsepower W12 engine as the old car, and so it should do 0 to 60 in less than 4 seconds and go on to hit 190 miles an hour, which, by the way, makes the Bentayga Speed the fastest SUV in the world. It's even faster than a Lamborghini Urus. Well, by 0.5 of a mile an hour anyway. Big deal, huh? Plenty of people who own a Bentley also employ someone to drive it for them. So it only makes sense that the back seats are just as luxurious as those in the front. Well, just like the old car, you can choose to have your Bentayga with 4, 5 or 7 seats. Only here it's a case of less is more. Pick the 4-seat option and you get a set of uber luxurious reclining thrones in the back. These get 30mm more legroom than the old model. And if you lie back, you'll get some 100mm more headroom. Plenty of space for a top hat then. That's not to say the other versions aren't pretty blooming luxurious as well. Bentley's upgraded the foam in its seats to offer more shoulder support. And the 5-seat model gets new rear seats that can recline twice as far as in the old car. And they're ventilated now too, so they can blow some cool air directly up your upper class ass on a hot day. The old Bentayga was one of the most relaxing cars to drive. It was super quiet and mega comfortable thanks to its standard fit air suspension. The new car gets the same setup, but Bentley's upgraded the active anti-roll bar system, so there's even less danger of your passengers spilling their champagne as you barrel down a twisty road. You can even get the Bentayga with a system that will predict when the traffic lights ahead are going to turn green, so you can waft imperiously past traffic without needing to slow down. You'll also be able to get your Bentayga in optional all-terrain specification, which adds extra off-road driving modes to cope with harsher road conditions. Handy if your Chelsea mansion ever gets snowed in. As ever with a Bentley, there are plenty of ways to personalise your Bentayga. As well as the mind-boggling range of trims, leathers and veneers you could have on the old car, there's a new brushed aluminium option that's machined using actual diamonds to give it a 3D effect. Or you could go old school and get your Bentayga's interior fitted with crown-cut walnut wood trims. You know, because normal walnut is just for peasants, isn't it? You could also commission Bentley to kit out your car with a bunch of one-off extras. For example, you can have your Bentayga fitted with anything from storage for your fly fishing gear in the boot to bespoke falconry equipment, if that's your thing. All of this comes at a price though, and as they say, if you have to ask how much it costs, you probably can't afford it. Are these upgrades as cool as the ones you can get in a Rolls-Royce Cullinan though? Bentley hasn't confirmed how much a new Bentayga will cost, but you can expect it to be a bit pricier than the old car, because let's face it, all these upgrades aren't going to come cheap, are they? Hybrid models will cost at least £130,000, and V8 models will cost closer to 140 grand. If you fancy a range-topping Bentayga Speed, get ready to fork out at least £180,000. V8 Bentaygas will be the first to go on sale, but you'll have to wait a bit longer before you can get your hands on the hybrid and the Speed versions.